DTI CEO, in fact, they have released a statement saying that nope, they are distancing themselves from this allegation that she was trying to bribe the journalist. Daily Maverick exposed. That was what was trending today. There has been some WhatsApp messages that have emerged. I know a lot of people will want to distance themselves or say that those messages are not original, but I'm going to tell you why I say you can't really prove that those messages are not original, and I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that. Macpherson opening a criminal case against this woman, the CEO. Yeah, what is this? DTI. Now, let's talk about SANEF condemns the bribe offered to Daily Maverick journalist by suspended IDT boss. We'll talk more. Let's start from the WhatsApp that are said to be coming from this, because there has been a lot of dispute about that. Someone posted the following and say, these pictures show WhatsApp chats between the Daily Maverick journalist and IDT CEO spokesperson. Explosive staged setup. Okay? That's what you probably want to hear. I'm not sure whether what I'm about to share is in chronological order, but let me try and see if it's not in chronological order. But I will try and arrange it as such. Now, number one, let's start here. It is happening at 8. They are saying, Peter Lewis Maybach D. Daily Maverick. Hi, I've seen the email. Thank you very much. Kindly also forward me the written that one veg for each project or for expenditure to date as requested by initial email. So here you see the conversation between them and the Daily Maverick journalist. It goes down and down and down. And yeah, there has been someone who said, because we can't say or we can't see that the message was sent by this one, because when you send a message on WhatsApp, if you are the source, it's gonna tick with a different color. And if you are the respondent on that, it's gonna tick with a different color. Now, let's use the example of Babita. When she sent a message to the CFO, when you look at that, you can see how Babita is highlighted. The message from Babita versus the CFO when she responds. You see the difference there. So somebody then was questioning and say, when we look at this, why can't we see the difference? And I will tell you why we can't see the difference. But give me time. Let me unpack this. I wanted to follow up on meeting we have suggested. Peter, okay, the conversation then goes down and down and down yet again. They were just showing us the conversation right there. So if you look at if you're looking at that and you're saying, why can't we see the tick? Why can't we see the tick from this one to that one? These messages, we can't see that because from what I'm seeing here, this is what I want you to understand. From my understanding, I'm subject to correction. My understanding is that if I forward you a conversation that happened between me and, let's say, person A and me were in a conversation, then you are person C. And then I don't screenshot this, but I do not screenshot the messages, but rather I forward that. This is what it will write. It will never show me that this was sent at this time, received at this time, because it was, no, man, it will not show the tick, that distinction, because it was forwarded message. But if it was a screenshot, like you see on this one, 1800, a screenshot will not show you this time. When, like you saw with Babita, we don't have the date and the time. Why? Because that was a screenshot. But if it was a forwarded message, it will show us the date and the time. Therefore, it cannot show us, Guti, was it sent to this or not sent to that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So the argument that it can't be authenticated because of that, I tell you that argument is null and void. Because I've seen that when I forward a message to somebody, it shows the date and the time, the date and the time, and the date and the time. But if I screenshot, you will never see the date and the time as you see now. For instance, the 12 o'clock thing, Peter Lewis. Hi, Pasha, I hope you are well. Please remember follow-up requesting regarding the Shapra certificate, right? In a meeting, we will respond to your query. You see all of that. We see the date and time, 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 date and time. Right? For me, I wanna say this, and I'll say it very categorically clear, that for me, that will simply mean the person who leaked the message. It's not person A and person B, but it's rather person C or person D, who was forwarded these messages by either person A or person B. If these two participants who were involved in these conversations forward the message to either person D or person C, the message is like this. But if it is a screenshot, even if it's a screenshot sent by either person A or B to either person D or C, it will look like the very screenshot that you saw, the one that reflects the conversation between Babita and the CEO. But because it's forwarded message, it looks like this. Now, what is left is to authenticate this. So then you need your specialist who will come and tell us that, no, this was fake, or this it did not emanate from the journalist. At this moment, I am not saying it is true. I'm just saying the message that says, no, it should have the tick. From what I know, it only happens on the screenshot, not on a forwarded message, especially in the context where it is forwarded to a third party or a third person, apart from the people who were involved in this conversation. That's the first aspect. Now we'll go to the SANEF where they condemn this. Also, McPherson. Maybe we need to start with McPherson, where he opens a case. He said this.
Hear about corruption. It's another thing to see it take place so blatantly and with a feeling of impunity. This stands in complete opposition to everything that I believe in and stand for as a minister. I briefed the board on my intended actions today and to understand what processes will unfold with regards to the disciplinary case against the suspended CEO. I can therefore confirm that earlier, a short while ago, I formally opened a criminal case against the suspended Chief Executive Officer of the Independent Development Trust, Mr. Borgo Malaka, and the IDT spokesperson, Mr. Pasha Magalan, at the Cape Town Central Police Station.
Now, having dealt with that aspect, this story is going to be a very interesting story going forward, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, hey, this is going to be a very interesting story. But let's look at the foundation, the Malaka Family Trust statement on the ongoing defamation and orchestrated attack against Miss Tebogo Malaka. They are saying, introduction, the family trust stands firmly with Ms. Tebogo Malaka in response to the defamatory allegation published by Daily Maverick, an ongoing political campaign to remove her from the Independent Development Trust, IDT. These attacks are not grounded in truth, but in calculated effort to replace her with politically aligned figures. A trap, not a bribe. This is very interesting. Let us be clear. Ms. Malaka did not offer a bribe, did not suggest one, did not take out or authorize any money. The cash in question was produced by IDT spokesperson, not Ms. Malaka. She did not invite the journalist, did not know him prior to the meeting, did not select the venue or arrange the setup. This was a trap, engineered by two others designed to trap her, which raises the most critical unanswered question. Who set up the hidden cameras and why? The public deserves to know who orchestrated the recordings. Either it was done legally, ethically, or as part of political or operation. There is no crime called intention to bribe. Yeah! In law, there is no such offense as intending to bribe, especially when no offer was made, no agreement was reached, no money exchange hands, edited videos, and maneuver are not evidence. They are tactics of defamation. Political interference must be exposed. Ms. Malaka's real offense, it seems, was her refusal to submit to political pressure, her clashes with Mr. Dean McPherson, including board, disruption, and disruptive interference, are well documented. It is no coincidence that all manufactured scandal emerged in the midst of that power struggle. Allegation of coordination between the journalist and the minister must now be taken seriously. These claims, raised by civil society and multiple political parties, require immediate and independent investigation. Our call: we demand full unedited release of the video footage, disclosure of all communications between the journalist and the ITT officials, an independent inquiry into political interference and media collusion, a full investigation into who installed the cameras and under what authority. I said to you, and I repeat, I said to you, you need a spin doctor to turn this. It appears like somebody heard me. And I'm not saying, nah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's no, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not saying there's no malice or there's no, somehow I sense that both parties here, they're not fighting for justice. It's a battle of supremacy. And I said it on a previous video, but they are using media houses. I don't trust that the minister, Mr. McPherson, is really fighting for justice, the truth. No, I believe these people are fighting for political, they are settling political scores. There's nothing to do with justice. That's what I believe in. You know when a person is really fighting for justice. But I don't think this is justice. But let's allow the power struggle to unfold and we'll witness it. Now, the conclusion of the letter from the foundation says, Ms. Malaka is being vilified not for wrongdoing, but for standing her ground. She deserves due processes, not public trial by edited videos, political theater. We stand by her and call on South Africans to defend the truth, fairness, and institutional integrity issued by Malaka Family Trust. Contact person Ayanda Jele. Aye, Gobi. Now, the story is very interesting. As interesting as it is, it requires us to have or to afford it at a designated energy. On the same breath, we then hear SANEF. Well, who's SANEF, you probably ask? They are the body governing journalists. The SA National Editors Forum, SANEF, has condemned the alleged attempt to bribe Daily Maverick investigative journalist Peter Louis Maverick by suspended Independent Development Trust IDT CEO Tebogo Malaka and her spokesperson. The list goes on and on and on and on. But I needed to show you that. So there's this battle of supremacy that is happening, and we're just witnessing this. What do you believe based on the evidence that has transpired so far? I'll hear that in the comment section below.